Welcome back, everybody. We are here. We're live. Steve, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm alive.
Are you alive?
Yeah. And I hope everyone who has joined us is likewise alive.
Yes, that is my sincere hope that everybody listening is quite alive. Okay, here we are. Look, we're live. We're here.
Yeah, there's me and a piece of paper.
And a piece of paper. That's what we're working on today. We're working on a blank sheet of paper today.
Yeah. So the big news is, we've got a launch party, live stream type scenario set up. I've started posting about it today. I don't know if you noticed. It's Red Valkyrie, right? In other words, we're going to, when we launch on March 21st, we're going to be doing it on a different live stream, right? Tell us about that, Bill.
Yeah. We're going to be on the Red Valkyrie YouTube channel. And it's our good friends, Shay and Cy over at Red Valkyrie. We're going to go live on their channel at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And shortly after, we will hit the live button and we'll start talking about the campaign, start talking about the story and just everything Zen. So that way we can kind of get things moving, get things launched, get things in the right direction.
Everything Zen and Nero. Let's not forget your creation.
Yeah, that's the amazing thing. It's I'm very excited about the fact that Nira is back together with Zen for a big bounty hunting story. This is going to be a lot of fun. Be a lot of fun, dude. Christopher, thanks for being with us, man.
Hey, Christopher, how you doing?
Kevin is here.
Hey, Kevin, how are you doing? Live is better than dead.
Yeah,
you're talking, Kevin.
I can't draw when I'm dead.
Yeah.
I can. Evening, ladies.
Yeah.
Barrett, how you doing, my friend?
Barrett's a great name. Isn't that a great name?
That's cool. That's cool. It's much better than Bill. Bill is very boring. I'm just going to start going by Mouse from now on, like I'm Madonna or something. I just have a one word name from now on.
Okay.
I know,
Like
right?
a plan, Bill.
I do
So,
what I
Bill,
got to
what are
do,
you
man.
gonna be? What are you gonna be drawing tonight? Tell us
Well,
specifically.
you know what? Well, we have a couple different covers, and one cover for the book that's coming up for the Kickstarter campaign. I've got the regular edition of the book, which is the cover that we've been using to promote, to actually promote everything. Yeah, cool, man. But we have some covers that nobody's seen yet that we've got a couple different artists working on. We got Cat Mouse working on a cover for Zen and Nira. We've got Thad Rhodes also working on a cover. And I'm also working on a variant cover that is going to be kind of like a wraparound cover. So we're going to conceptualize. We're going to kind of give you a look behind the curtain of Steve and I conceptualizing a little bit and coming up with some different little ideas for the cover, and we'll start penciling it. We're going to just we're just going to do it in real time while we're working on things. So this is what the show is all about.
So this is the wrap. So you're referring to the wraparound cover, correct?
Right. This will be the wraparound cover. So I'm just what I want to work on first is just getting a pose for Zen and Nira for the front portion of this wraparound cover. So something I like to do is some quick thumbnails,
Now here's a question for you, Bill.
Sure.
A wraparound cover is more or less, right, in a landscape configuration as opposed to a portrait configuration, or do you just call it two portraits, front and back?
Oh no, I think of it as one image. Right now it's like I'm sort of thinking about just the front, just to get us started, and then we'll think about what's going to go on the back. We'll think about what the elements of the story are, what are, some of the the themes or just visually when you look at it. So, but eventually it will, I think of it as one image. It's going to be just one landscaped image.
Gotcha.
So I'm just thinking about the front part, and then the front part is going to bleed into the back part. So once we know kind of what we're doing with that, then we'll start laying everything out.
Okay.
Kevin says, so if Bill is the wizard, is Steve Glenda? He makes the magic happen.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well, so, without Steve's writing, there's no
elements
magic.
Of the front cover, right? Well, I can think of a few, Bill, and let's see if you kind of concur, have some other ideas.
Yeah. Well, shoot, that's why we're here, man.
Well, okay. Well, Zen is an element, right?
Zen is our major element. Everything else is a backdrop.
There's one other major element, which, as far as I'm concerned, which is Nira.
Oh, of course.
Okay.
She'll come in second place. But Zen is going to be the most prominent feature of the cover. But is he in this fighting pose? Are they just posing cool in front of a planet? It's like sky's the limit,
Yeah, I like, sort of like a Drew Struzan kind of Star Wars-ish montage idea. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I like those ideas too. Yep.
So let me just throw out a few other elements, whether they are all on the front or somewhere on the back. That's of course your magic. Okay. But another one is you got to have Tin Head. You got to have Zen's Major Domo. He's got to be there.
Exactly.
Somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's a third. Fourth one, it would be Master Sattva, who Zen gets all of his cool
advice
ideas
and everything
from, right? So he's got to be somewhere there. The hypership has to be somewhere there.
Exactly. Those are the signature elements.
Right.
Zen. So I've got here's my notes to myself. See, I got to remember that to Master Sattva, and I'm also thinking about the way that the hypership was drawn in Hard Bounty, because actually Marat, who did a kick-ass job with that book, he used the hypership design that we had in Zen Bounty Hunter. So and the way that ship is designed, it's like the ship can move and kind of like things can open up and transform a little bit and stuff like that. So it could get a much more signature look. You know, Zen's original ship kind of looks like a dragonfly, the way that it looks. So
Right.
the way that the ship is kind of set up in Hard Bounty and in the pages of Bounty Hunter, like it kind of looks like this right here. It's kind of like a forward section
Right.
and two thrusters in the back, kind of like this. So the ship can expand and change shape and look a lot more, you know, like the dragonfly shape that the original ship had. But for the sake of the cover, yeah, we can have the ship looking like it's in this configuration right here. We're going to definitely have to have tin head back there somewhere.
Yeah, and there's quite a bit more. Now, those are, of course, the absolute basic elements, right? But
Uh-huh.
let's talk a little bit more.
Yeah.
Now, when we talk about this, the folks watching slash listening are going to learn a little bit more about what's going on in this series, right?
Right, right.
And of course, the name of the series is Bounty Wars, which
Exactly.
means this is a bunch of bounty hunters in competition, if you will, with one another. Okay, and they're all working either for one of two warring space lords. Basically, there's two guys who want to control a major chunk of the cosmos, right? And they're both these lords, if you will, okay? And they're hiring as many bounty hunters as they can on either side, okay? Um, and so what I believe, to truly explicate the story, right, Bill?
Right, right,
I
exactly.
believe that on the cover, whether it's the front or the back, we need to show the two lords, okay?
Right, right.
And
Which means we have to
uh,
sit down and design these guys. We gotta see what
yes,
these guys
yeah,
look
you
like.
got to right. You got to design them. Um, Also, very important, among there are several new bounty hunters who are going to be introduced in this series, right?
Hmm.
And they're all in the script without getting into names and things at the moment. There's probably at least four or five other bounty hunters who you've got to show like in conflict with one another.
Right, right.
But the key other bounty hunter is someone who I've resurrected from the past. Okay. Way back in the day, there
Hmm.
was a book called Total Lobotomy, right?
Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
it starred a real wild ass bounty hunter called Black Hole Bob. Okay.
now,
Now,
now, at least we already kind of know what he looks like. We know
yes,
what Black Hole Bob looks like.
exactly. And this guy is basically like a Wild West bounty hunter in outer space. And he you may recall because you drew this. He rides this mechanical steed through space, right?
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
And I'm on to see here if I have the original book here at my disposal. I probably don't have it. But
Gotcha.
the thing about Black Hole Bob is that he's a real wild man. Okay, and he's got a funny aspect to him, as you know, but he's also deadly dangerous, right? So I would like to see him in in a prominent position somewhere. Maybe probably on the back cover, I'm guessing, because we
Well, no,
know
well, that's something that I was like playing around with because I didn't know. That's why that's the whole reason that we're doing this together right now. So, uh, one of the things I was thinking about
yeah,
doing was okay. We've got the major elements of all the good guys. Keep that like relegated to the front, so that way I can make Zen really big on the front cover and have his major elements on the front. And when it bleeds over to the back, we've got all the bad guys.
yeah.
We've got all the bad guys back in.
Christopher has asked a question. Is there any new Zen artwork that will be shared?
Yep.
if you mean tonight, no, right, Bill?
Well, that's why I was putting up some of the inked artwork that's already finished, so that way you could see some fresh artwork.
Right.
And
Right.
also we're doing some rough sketches because like at least one of the other bounty hunters we started designing already. There's already the guy that appears in the very beginning of the book. He's the first guy that we're going to be catching.
Oh yeah.
So that's our big lizard guy, Vardor. But Jackson the headhunter, this is his general design right here. So just they're kind of stick figurey, but I want to get the major elements of what he's got going on. As far as like how his helmet looks, how his
Right.
what kind of weapons he sort of carries around and stuff.
Right. Now, again, this is all new to the folks watching or listening.
Yeah, exactly.
Jackson is what is technically called a bounty killer. Okay. This is a real badass character based on what happens at times in the bounty hunting world, which is there's a certain category of bounty hunter who, regardless of whether the contract is dead or alive, they always kill the target. Okay, and then what they do is they do this because they're just really mean, terrible people. Oftentimes, and the way they get away with it is they always end up when they deliver the carcass. In this case, they tell the magistrate or whomever's paying them for the bounty, they tell them that the guy tried to kill him and he had to kill him in self-defense.
Self-defense is always the excuse, right?
Yeah. So Jackson is someone who in the first book, Zen's gonna encounter him right away because Zen is on a particular bounty hunt, and guess what? Jackson shows up and he's gonna do what he typically does and creates quite a situation for Zen. So
That's
yeah.
his MO. Hey Jim, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
Evening, my friend.
Yeah, and Jackson, of course, could really be on the cover as well. I mean, you've got
Well, I was thinking about the back cover being for all the nemesises and bad guys and bad bounty hunters, and I figure maybe on the front cover we've got like, unless you want me to kind of like start sneaking them in back there and then kind of like continue filling up the back cover with more of the bounty hunters.
Yeah, well, again, I know you can't see. Christopher said, looks fantastic. I can't wait because I'm new to the world of Zen. Well, welcome to the world of Zen, Christopher. And
very cool, Christopher. Yeah,
interest.
man. Yeah, dude, the series is going to be a lot of fun, man. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, I don't know if Christopher has read any Zen books.
He's new. He's
now.
new.
But what I can tell Christopher is that most recently, there was the Hard Bounty series that I did with Marat Michaels. And there were 6 books in the series, and many of them sold out. And then First Comics, our publisher, which is the number one, firstcomics.com. So then First Comics published the trade paperback, the trade of Hard Bounty, all the 6 issues collected, and the first printing of that sold completely out. Right.
Yeah, Christopher. Yeah, if you go to firstcomics.com, they've got some Zen books that you could find there just to kind of get your feet wet a little bit, but we've got the brand new, if you're going to jump in anywhere with the Zen story, jump in right here.
Absolutely.
With Zen Bounty Wars. Jump in with this one. We're going to be doing the new Kickstarter, and it's going to launch on the 21st. And I'll be putting the links everywhere. It's going to be super easy to find if you jump on my YouTube channel or if you jump on my Facebook page. We're going to have the link everywhere, man. So it's going to be super easy to find. And this is the place to jump in, dude. This is the place to figure out what's going on with Zen and dude, this is it, man. This is it. Ken, like the intergalactic equivalent of he's coming right for us. Yeah. But yeah, absolutely. So let me see. Let me put some of this artwork off to the side.
Yeah. Now let's see what Bill does here now.
And then we'll figure out. Yeah, we'll sharpen up a little red color pencil here. So I mean, there's this like sky's the limit. So it's like it's all about the first thing I think about, and I'll get a little bit closer here. There you go. It's nice to have a camera that'll move like I want it to. So we go through a bunch of these. We go through a bunch of these thumbnails just to kind of like get warmed up. It's like, because once you see something actually, once you see the image, then you immediately go, okay, like I would rather have it like this. I would rather have it like this. And then like you start figuring out what you don't want, and then you can really narrow down what you do want right away. Like I sort of want this. See, I got him. This is too much like he's swinging a baseball bat, like not really.
Well, he does have his photon stick, which he uses as a bow. So yeah, that's happened a few times. It's just very interesting to see this process, Bill, of how you go from a blank page to a very complex illustration. It's amazing how you do this, really, to me. That's why I just really love working in this medium with people like Bill, who have this amazing ability to take a blank page and turn it into something amazing.
So I could have Nira here with her guns up in the air. That'd be kind of cool. We can even kind of superimpose her arm and this gun in front of the logo, so that would look really, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can have Tin Head sort of in the foreground right here, like in front of Zen.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a cool, like you get like because they're the ones that are going to be like traveling with each other the most, so they interact with each other. That's our main cast of good guys.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the background can have a planet, and we can have the hyper ship back there, and just get a general idea of like maybe the action's coming out like that a little bit.
Cool.
That's one general idea. There's a million different ways we can take this. So let me. I like to see Zen like crouched down, like almost like a spider, like a combination of like a Spider-Man pose, but like a ninja. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Spider Ninja Man.
Exactly.
So is what you're doing there now like just an alternate idea for the front
yeah,
cover?
I'm just going through some ideas, because you never really want to go with the very first idea that you come up with, because there's always sky, like I said, sky's the limit when you can draw these characters in any pose whatsoever, in any order whatsoever. You don't want to just go with your very first idea. Like this right here, I'm really happy with. I mean, it's like this might not be how big I think I might have to make his pose a little smaller on the cover, so I'll draw the border a little bit bigger, so that way we can get Nira back here.
Right.
That way you can see her holding up her guns, holding up her blasters. And then you can have Tin Head in the background, which sometimes with the biggest, because Tin Head is a huge character.
Yeah.
And sometimes with the biggest character, you usually have them standing in the background, taking up a large portion of the background, because that they're huge. They're huge characters.
Right.
And that's Zen's support team right here for this story. So it makes sense to have them kind of like, you got Nira and Tin Head is almost like even billing with Nira, as far as visually,
Yeah.
I think that would be super cool. And then we can have like the space and the action bleed off so that it wraps around to the back cover.
I like this second one you're doing. Looks really good to me.
Yeah, I like this second one a lot. I like the second one a lot. In fact, you know what? We're going to start working up this one. I think that's
Yeah, let's do that.
yeah,
You've got about 7, 8 minutes left to do that. It's we get going here, and we try to keep this to like a half hour so people don't
yeah,
get
exactly,
bored. But
exactly.
it's
But this is
amazing how
about
quick the time goes when you do this.
oh, dude, yeah. I mean, this is these projects. They take hours, hours, and hours and hours.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not trying to copy it verbatim. It's like I want this to be a brand new piece of art, but it's like I know that the logo is going to take up. Well, here we go. I gotta back this up now. So, I got I got the full size sheet of paper now.
Right.
So I don't know if you can sort of see the
Yep.
the register marks here. It gives me like a little, like a ½ inch and about an inch up top as far as like how much border, that I can play around with. You have to think about all that stuff too. It's like when it does go to print, you have to think about what the printer is doing with it and how much
The bleed, yeah.
the bleed, how much is going to get cut off. So judging from my thumbnail, I think his head would fit right about here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm only doing that because it's like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm not going to run out of space when I get to the bottom of the page. I need enough room to make sure that you can see that he's crouching and looking all like cool ninja style,
Mm-hmm.
And there's always going to be there's so much fine tuning that will go into it, and it's not done until the ink lady sings.
Sure. Some artists I know they do a lot with like using models or poses. You don't really do that, right? This all comes right out of your head.
I try to draw. Different artists have different strengths. When I try to draw what I'm looking at, or if I'm using a model or whatnot, it doesn't seem to work out as well for me as when I draw out of my head. So what I do
Right.
is, what works best for me is I draw, I look at what it is I want to picture, and I draw what I think it should look like. And it's never correct, but it looks cooler. It's like it looks
What do you
cooler
mean, like
in my style.
You mean like anatomically correct, or
Right,
what?
anatomically, like I'm not the type of artist that can draw something. Like I'm not an architect. I'm not going to draw you a perfect, correct car or a building, but I draw them so it's like, oh, okay, you know exactly what I was shooting for,
Right.
and the most important thing, it looks cool. Like if it looks cool, I've accomplished my goal.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing with this medium. It's you could stretch the boundaries of what's actually visually possible because you're drawing your imagination. You're not drawing real things.
Yeah.
So I had to learn to not try to draw, or when I try to draw accurate, I fall apart. Put it that way.
Really? That's interesting.
But when I draw what I imagine, then everything falls together a lot easier.
Bill, while you're doing that, it's probably smart for me to remind anyone who's watching or listening to this that if they haven't just signed up at www.zenbountywars.com, they should definitely do so now, because that's going to they just put in like their first name and their email address when they get to that page, and by doing that they get like pre-qualified to get that two-sided signature card we're doing, which has Near on one side, Zen on the other. You're signing the nearest side, I'm signing, of course, the Zen side. And then once the campaign launches, as long as they pledge at any level beyond the very first one, which is just a PDF, they will get that card for free added on. The only reason we're not really doing it with the PDF is that, then we'd have to make a special mailing just for that. But beyond that, something else to mention is um, internationally, I mean, anybody anywhere in the world can order the PDF, right? Because it's just sent to them electronically, right?
Right. The idea is to include something free with your physical package, because your physical package
Exactly.
is coming to you anyway already,
That's right.
and so that's the reason why it's a thank you for that. Now
Yeah.
the image may be included as one of the digital files that is included in the PDF as some kind of pinup, or maybe a little. It's possible that we will maybe include it that way, but it's not going to be a physical thing. The actual collectible card itself will
Right.
be for physical backers.
Right. It's looking cool, Bill.
Always loved drawing Zen, man, since the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
And of course, I got to make sure that he's got his mask on.
Right. If people don't know that initially the only facial features Zen had were his eyes, right?
Right, right, right.
And then in a book that you and I did together called Zen Bounty Hunter, which is a key book in the Zen canon, that's where it's explained how he literally grew a face, i.e., his nose and mouth, and that's a key book because not only is that the book in which Zen gets his face, but it's also the book that establishes Zen squarely in the bounty hunting genre, which he's been doing, for quite a while now.
Exactly, exactly.
That was a
All
black
right.
and white. That was a black and white book.
It was, yeah, absolutely, yep. But that would be if you're just jumping into Zen, that's another book that you might want to consider checking out.
Yeah, that one is available at One First Comics. That the current printing hasn't sold out of that, whereas two printings of the Hard Bounty trade paperback have sold out. Okay, they're
Gotcha,
just
gotcha.
not available there or anywhere. You can't find it anywhere on the internet because I always look for them because you can't find them. Um, but just so you know, at some point, First Comics has decided to reprint all 6 individual issues of Hard Bounty. So at some point in the future, if you haven't read it, you'll be able to get that. But Bounty Wars, which is essentially a sequel to Hard Bounty, is a perfect
Oh,
jumping
that
on
this yeah,
spot.
this is definitely the way to go. All right. All right, so we got the general idea at least now for this part of the cover.
I
And then
love it.
we'll keep on. I'll show you guys the progress as we go along. I'm not gonna wait until next week to continue working on this cover, but I'll
Right.
probably take some video and then I'll definitely show you like what the progress is of the cover next week when we pop back in and go live again with you guys.
Great. Well, Bill,
Hey,
you
what's
did
up,
it. You
dude?
did it again. Hi, Bill. Who's SDA? SDA is there. I don't know who that is, but I will wait
SDA.
for
We know
Zen
who that
Bounty
is.
Wars. He says he wants to know
Yeah.
how many pages will this comic be. Uh, there's going to be
It's
4 issues, right,
4
Bill?
issues and they're 24-page stories, correct?
24 or 25.
Right, exactly. Yep.
This first Kickstarter is for issue 1, which is like a 24 or 25-page book, and then after that there'll be 3 other Kickstarters throughout the course of the year. So by the time the 4 Kickstarters are done, the story arc will be 100 pages long.
Yep. All
over the
right. Well,
floor issues.
well, Steve, I think we're calling it a night, huh?
Yeah, we are.
All right. That sounds like a plan. Hey, thanks for everybody for hanging out with us. I'll play some little credits, and we'll see you guys again next week. Yeah, next week, 10 o'clock, same time. We're going to keep on working on the book, and mark your calendars, and we'll keep on posting up links and things like that. March 21st, we're going to be doing our launch party on the Red Valkyrie YouTube channel, and I'll provide all the links and stuff like that on YouTube or on my Facebook channel. Until then, we'll see you guys then.
Thank you, folks.
All right. See you guys.
Thank you.